for the technical session too. So a few are still outside having their lunch, but as we all, those who have gathered here, so let's begin this session. And the theme for this technical session is bridging the academia-industry gap from research to market. Hence, we have three questionnaires into it, wherein why promising research fails to commercialize. The next is building sustainable collaboration models. And the third is, are universities preparing industry-ready graduates? For this, we have our chairman, Shri Kamlesh Yagnik, former president, SGCCI, Sarvajanik University, Surat, Gujarat, India. Kamlesh Yagnik is an accomplished professional with nearly 40 years of experience in research, business, and consulting, specializing in technology, energy, and climate change. An alumnus of IIT Mumbai, he holds prominent leadership roles, including chairman of the Center of Social Studies and the Tribal Vocational Training Center, and president of the SRK Knowledge Foundation. On a global scale, he is recognized as Surat's chief Resilience Officer and is a member of a global steering committee of the city's Resilient Network. His strong commitment to education is evident from his tenure as the first president of Sarvajanik University, an institution that educates 32,000 students across the 30 institutes. He also previously served as president of the Southern Gujarat Chambers of Commerce and Industry. Beyond his professional achievement, Mr. Yagnik is actively involved in his community, serving as a trustee of Surat Raktadan Kendra and as a board of management member of Surat People's Bank. So let's hear a huge round of applause, please. For this session, our co-chairman is Dr. Gaurav Shah. He did his PhD in the microbiology, teaching and research experience, having an 18 years of experience and has publication of 42 books. Along with that, he also has the research and teaching interest in microbial enzymes and pigments, bioprocess technology, fermentation, nanotechnology, and mushroom biotechnology. He is also the member of various organizations, as in Association of Microbiologists of India, life membership since 1999, Microbiologist Society India, again a life membership since 2020, Gujarat Science Academy, Ahmedabad. He is also a member of Internal Quality Assurance Cell, which is IQAC, and VNSUG, Biotechnology Committee, Southern Gujarat Chambers of Commerce and Industry. Let's hear a huge round of applause for him as well. Into our panel 1, we have various speakers as well as we have speakers into panel 2 as well. So initiating it with the introduction of panel 1 speakers. The first is Dr. Ramesh Kothari, who has did his PhD in microbiology and is Professor Direct, Head Department of Bioscience and Coordinator in Institute of Biotechnology, Saurashtra University, Rajkot. He has 28 years of teaching experience and 18 students are guided for PhD and 7 research projects has been completed under his guidance. 3 patents published and more than 70 research publications has been done. His recognitions are Director, Shri Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Chair, Saurashtra University, Rajkot, from April 2025 till date. A Nodal Officer for Prime Minister Internship Scheme, Saurashtra University, Rajkot, from March 2025 till date. Member of Research and Recognition Committee, Veer Narmad, Southern Gujarat University, Surat, from 4th March 2025 till date, and Nodal Officer for NEP 2020 Implementation, Saurashtra University, Rajkot, from February 2022 to till date, and Coordinator of National Innovation and Startup Policy as directed by Minister of Education, Innovation Cell, Government of India. He is a member of many professional and social organizations and has visited various countries for academic and research pursuits. Let's hear a huge round of applause for him too. Now moving ahead, we have Dr. Jay Bargi, Sarvajanik University, Surat, Gujarat. He has did his MSc in Microbiology, Gujarat University, specialized in environmental biotechnology, academic interest in molecular biology. He is Assistant Professor and Head Biotechnology at Sri Ramakrishna Institute since August 2003. He is teaching the undergraduates and postgraduate students of microbiology and biotechnology. He is also a registrar at Sarvajanik University since August 2021 to March 2023, seeing through a nascent university during its formative years, establishing essential system and structures. His other relevant interests are academic administrative policies and its regulations in the knowledge system. Let's hear a huge round of applause for him as well. Moving ahead, now we have Dr. Mehul Dave. He is Associate Professor and Head PG Program, IITE Gandhinagar, Deputy Director, Center of Education, IITE Gandhinagar, Head of Department of Life Science, IITE Gandhinagar, and Chairman, BOS Life Science, IIT Gandhinagar. IITE Gandhinagar. Dr. Mehul Dave possesses over 25 years of rich experience in the field of microbiology and life science. Dr. Dave holds total 7 patents, 5 patents and 2 design patents, including 1 UK design patent, all published and granted in his name. His academic contribution include 4 international ISBN books, 13 national ISBN books, 20 IISN index research papers in international journals, and 10 articles in national journals and magazines. He has also presented over 30 research papers at conferences, seminars, and symposia across India and abroad. Let's hear a huge round of applause for him too. Moving on to next, now we have Dr. Pinakin Dandukia. Dr. Pinakin Dandukia is an accomplished microbiologist and biochemist with over 2 decades of academic research and industry experience. Currently serving as head of the Department of Microbiology at Vanita Vishram Women's University, Surat. He has previously held leadership roles including Dean of Research and Development as well as IQAC Coordinator. Dr. Dandukia holds a PhD in biochemistry from Sardar Patel University and has guided more than 60 MSc dissertations and 2 PhD scholars. His research spans microbial biotechnology, metabolic engineering, bioinformatics, bioprocess development with innovations. He has published intensively over 40 international journal papers, 10 national papers, 8 book chapters, and a book, and his work has earned more than 3,000 citations with an H index of 19. A recipient of multi-Best Research Paper Award, Dr. Dandukia is recognized for his contribution to microbial product development, interdisciplinary teaching, and fostering innovation in microbiology and biotechnology education. Let's hear a huge round of applause for him too. Our next panelist for the panel 1 is Dr. Vijay Kumar. Dr. Vijay Kumar, professor at Bhagwan Mahavit University, Surat. His qualification, he has did PhD and has qualified many examinations like ARS NET, HPSET, GSET. His specialization, research specialization lies in microbiology, immunology, bioinstrumentation, biostatistics, bioinformatics, molecular biology, microbial physiology, fermentation technology. Let's hear a huge round of applause for Dr. Vijay Kumar as well. Now moving ahead, we have Dr. Mayoni Spithawala, Professor and Director, CG Bhakta Institute of Biology, Dean Faculty of Science, Uka Tarsadia University, Bardoli. PhD in Bioscience, Animal Science, Veer Narmad, South Gujarat University, Surat. Biotechnology, human cytogenetics and reproductive biology, clinical embryology, stem cell biology, natural product research, cancer cytogenetics, and molecular biology. He has given many oral presentations and has represented his university in many platforms. Let's hear a huge round of applause for Dr. Mayoni Spithawala. Now moving ahead, we have Dr. Anish Kumar Sharma. Dr. Anish Kumar Sharma holds a PhD in molecular biology and biotechnology with a minor specialization in microbiology. He has demonstrated exceptional academic excellence by qualifying prestigious national exams including GATE, ICAR, ARSNet, and CSIR-NET. Dr. Anish Kumar brings over 10 years of academic and research experience, currently serving as professor and principal at School of Science, PP Savani University. He has authorized 50 plus peer-reviewed publications and guided numerous students' research projects. Dr. Anish Sharma has made impactful strides in plant biotechnology, environmental microbiology, and nanotechnology. Let's hear a huge round of applause for him too. Leading up with panel 2 now, let me introduce the panel 2 dignitaries over here, initiating it with Dr. D.K. Joshi, the Chairman and Managing Director, Beacon Diagnostic Private Limited, Navsari, Gujarat. Let's hear a huge round of applause for him too. Now it comes, next is Mr. Kapil Shah, CEO, Suyansh Pharmaceuticals, Chikhli, Gujarat. He is CEO of Suyansh Pharmaceuticals. As an analyst in financial planning and analysis team in derivatives business in Deutsche Bank, Mumbai, he has did B.Pharm with minors in finance and from BITS Pilani, Hyderabad campus. Let's hear a huge round of applause for him. Next comes Dr. Jyotirmay Aich, Deputy General Manager, Merrill Life Science, Vapi, Gujarat, a biotechnologist with 20 years of research experience in cancer, pathophysiology with a proven track record of scientific contribution, currently as the R&D and preclinical head of CAR-T division at CRISPR. He specialized in the research and development of CAR-T projects, driving innovative work from early research stage through clinical application. Let's hear a huge round of applause for him too. Next, let me introduce Dr. Vivek Dikshit. Dr. Vivek Dikshit is currently working as Assistant Professor Senior Grade at Life Science and Biotechnology Department in South Asian University, a university established by SAARC nations. Dr. Vivek has previously worked as Assistant Professor of Reproductive Biology at AIIMS, New Delhi. He also worked as Scientist D in the development of orthopedics at AIIMS in New Delhi. He earned MSc, MPhil, and Master in Public Health. He did his PhD from Faculty of Medical Science, University of Delhi, following postdoctoral fellowship from Hebrew University of Jerusalem, Israel. He earned few fellowships from reputed institutions of India and West, including Oxford University. He has more than 40 publications to his credit, including book chapters. He is the editor, reviewer of prestigious journals. He has won many awards in science and social domain from Government of India, including awarded from the Honorable Vice President of India. Beside his academic engagement, he has a great passion for rivers. He is volunteering his service from last 13 years to rescue holy river Yamunaji. Let's hear a huge round of applause for him. Next comes Dr. Jigar Rana. Dr. Jigar Rana is highly motivated and accomplished professional with 19 years of industrial experience in the field of environmental toxicology. He completed his master degree in microbiology from Jivaji University, Gwalior in 2007. Dr. Jigar began his career in March 2008 at Jai Research Foundation, Vapi, a highly reputed GLP compliant contract research organization endorsed for adherence to OECD principles of GLP. Over the years, he gained extensive expertise in human and environmental toxicity studies, including ecotoxicity and genotoxicity. With their strong technical and leadership capabilities, he rose to the position of head ecotoxicology, a role he held with February 2025. Currently, Dr. Jigar is serving as Assistant Director and Head Ecotoxicology at Eurofins Advanced Agroscience, Bangalore, where he leads the ecotoxicology and household the insecticide division in delivering high-quality GLP compliant regulatory studies for global product registration. His work supports regulatory submission for pharmaceuticals, agrochemicals, specialty chemicals, and a wide range of emerging products. Let's hear a huge round of applause for him. Next, we have Dr. Meghna Adharvyu from Brahma Biotech, Surat, Gujarat. She was head of botany department and PG coordinator at Government Science College, Vankal. She is associated with Brahma Biotech and Research Lab. Her company deals with cell culture assay, plant issue culture, microbiology and molecular assay, and various analytical assays. Let's hear a huge round of applause for him as well. Now moving ahead, we have Shri Mayank Sharma, Technical Director at Mayank Aquaculture Private Limited, Surat, since past 4 years. Director and board member at Shrimp Producer and Promotion Foundation, a non-profit organization, and his area of interest are sustainable shrimp farming, product development and bioprocessing, food processing, and research technologies and probiotics. Let's hear a huge round of applause for him too. And with this, we begin the panel discussion.
Hello. Very good afternoon to one and all. Thank you so much for this brief introduction of all the panelists. Dear students, these are all intellectuals, galaxy of intellectuals in front of you. State government, Gujarat State Biotechnology Mission is working very hard to bridge the gap between academia, industry and research. We need your participation, your involvement, your questionnaires. Whenever this discussion starts, mic will be available to all of you. I feel so happy and honored as well as privileged that I am in this department is hosting, with permission of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, this panel discussion. The point is research, how research can be converted or can be commercialized. That is the first point. Second important point, I would like to draw attention of Honorable Chairperson Kamlesh sir, that what can be the sustainable bonding between industry and academy, because I many times feel that we lack, and that's why there is a communication gap also. Academics has its own limitations. My colleagues, seniors, and intellectuals will put their point also forward. Needs of the industry is to be resolved, and the limitations which students and researchers are facing. So the overall gathering, we are all not complete without you all. Let us know your thoughts, your inputs. They will give their inputs and their thoughts, and let's make it sure that how we come up with some solution related to it, and then we represent it to the government, and how Gujarat State Biotechnology Mission can resolve it. So I hand over this session to our chairperson, Kamlesh Yagnikji. Sir, please.
It is 2:15, and we want to finish the discussion latest by 3:45. We have 14 panelists, so it's very important that every word spoken needs to be very precise, very clear, and it should be understandable to the students, sitting at the back, and faculties sitting in the front. On last February 19th, there was an AI conference. And in AI conference, the person whom we all know, Sundar Pichai, who is going to get almost 700 million package for 3 years. It's a big sum. And why he's going to get so much money? Not solely because of what Google will do in IT or in AI. He is going to get this sum of money, this huge money, because of 2 companies which Google owns it. Which are these 2 companies? One is Verily and another is Calico. These 2 companies, we have to watch them. As a student of biotechnology, I want that everyone in this room, they must know how these 2 companies are functioning. Sundar Pichai made a statement. Sundar Pichai made a statement that if you can hold yourself for next 10 years, then you are sure to live for 150 years. Why this statement from a person like Sundar Pichai? He said that the breakthrough in biotechnologies are now, at the doorstep. We are all going to get tremendous amount of benefits from what is happening in the labs. So now, this is absolutely a perfect time wherein, what is happening in the lab is going to go into the society. And I must compliment GSBTM. And as we all know, GSBTM is a very, very proactive body. And since its inceptions, we all know that they are taking us together, be it industry or be it academics. GSBTM is always there to resolve problems. So friends, the theme of discussion, this panel, it's a very big panel. I must say, it is a very big panel. When I talked to Gaurav Bhai, he said that yes, it was needed. It is mandatory that we have, because these are the people, they know it. They know ins and outs, and they will be able to guide us through these entire discussions. So I will not waste much time, and I'll start with Dr. D.K. Joshi, who is a veteran, and we'll ask him. But before that, I request to every panelist that, the time is absolutely, as we know, it's limited time. So keep, one session, one opinion, or one review, which you put forward. You limit yourself to 2.5 to 3 minutes. Otherwise, I will intervene, if we go beyond that. So I'll request Dr. Joshi that how do we bridge a gap between academia and industry. Joshi sir.
See, the procedures right now between the academia and industries of selections of the subjects, there is no cooperation on either side. Academia doesn't know what is the industry required, and industry doesn't know what is the academia is doing the research. So fundamentally, first of all, the subject to be decided by academia must be collected from the industries, that what kind of a research they required to help into a productions. So this is a fundamental one change is required from academic end, to select the subject purely from the industries to carry on the new research.
Yeah, thank you. Dr. Kothari, what is your take on this? How do we ensure that the gap is filled?
Yeah, good afternoon to all my dear students and panelists. We all know that the university is a center for new knowledge generation. What is happening? It is center where innovation is going on, but where to implement this? So an industry, as sir told, that industry need skilled graduate, because the name of this gathering itself is skilling graduates. So we academician, researcher and industrialist are two sides of a coin, and we are not able to see each other. Unless and until we see that what is going on in academic and research. So the graduate should be, as we know that NEP 2020, there is a very good provision that there should be skilled graduate. So those who are, so In my suggestion, PhD topic should be given in such a way that there should be PhD without industrial training, without product development, without some achievement. PhD should not get complete. So unless and until you give exposure to your student, unless and until you develop skill, in coming time, we know that it is very difficult to survive in AI time. So a small skill can be very useful. So the important part is to bridge this gap. Innovation, new knowledge generation, and its implementation in industry.
See, generally what happens, as we all know, and as rightly pointed out by Dr. Kothari, that yes, like as a researcher, our priority is to generate papers. Our priority is to write in a journal which has a high impact. But what industry wants is how much patents you have. Now, if we ask, like all the professors here, they will have written, fabulous papers. But you ask them, how many patents do they have? Do they have answer to that? So that is what, we really need to do this. So let's go on, like in these discussions. And I'll ask Dr. Dikshit, you have a very rich experience coming from a university having a very wide horizon. So if you can guide us on this, that how do we bridge this gap?
Thank you, President Sir. With your permission, can I communicate in Hindi? How many of you, I'm just only asking the students, not to the faculty members and the respected members of the dais, how many of the students are well versed and easily understand Hindi? Raise hand, please. फिर तो अंग्रेजी में बात करने का कोई मतलब ही नहीं है. Reverend distinguished speakers, dear prospective bona fide students, आदरणीय सर ने जो विषय मुझे दिया, मैं बहुत संक्षेप में आपके सामने कुछ बातें रखता हूँ. 2 से 3 मिनट में ही रखूँगा. थोड़ी कड़वी बात कहूँगा क्योंकि मैं आपको प्लीज़ करने के लिए नहीं आया हूँ. मैं आपके सामने वो तथ्य रखूँगा जो थोड़ा आपको झकझोरे. तो मैं पहला झकझोरता हूँ आपसे. मैं पहले पूछता हूँ, इज साइंस इज योर कंसीडर्ड चॉइस और लाइक कन्वेंशनल इंडिया पाकिस्तान वॉर की, जिसने मैथमेटिक्स ली वो इंजीनियर बनेगा, जिसने बायो ली वो डॉक्टर बनेगा. आप मुझे बताइए, is it your considered choice or just by chance you have opted life science and biotechnology? Raise hand please. Your choice, then it is okay. अब मेरा अगला गियर में लगाता हूं. अब आप ये बताइए, the expectation from the scientists are absolutely enormous, higher across the globe. Scientists को अच्छे अच्छे चमत्कार करने आने चाहिए, ये बात बिल्कुल ठीक है. लेकिन मेरे दोस्तों, बुरा मत मानना, साइंटिस्ट इस देश में, आज की बात करता हूं, इंपॉर्टेंट तो हैं लेकिन अर्जेंट नहीं है. एल्बर्ट आइंस्टीन ने कहा था, मैं अगले जन्म में प्लम्बर बनना पसंद करूंगा. डियर स्टूडेंट्स, अगर हमको ट्रेन में, बस में सफर करते समय कोई कहता है कि मैं डॉक्टर हूं, मैं इंजीनियर हूं, मैं आर्किटेक्ट हूं, मैं एडवोकेट हूं, मैं जज हूं, मैं फलाने प्रोफेशन से हूं, हम सारे लोग वी लुक एट विद द हाई होप एंड जस्ट ट्राई टू सेव देयर मोबाइल नंबर इनटू आवर फोन बिकॉज दे अपीयर्स इंपॉर्टेंट विद द इमीडिएट इफेक्ट. इमीडिएट इफेक्ट से मेरा पहला क्वेश्चन आपसे है, जब भी समय मिले सोचिएगा जरूर, साइंटिस्ट आर इंपॉर्टेंट बट आर दे यूजफुल विद द इमीडिएट इफेक्ट? सोसाइटी लुक देम विद द एनॉर्मस रिस्पेक्ट. अच्छा साइंटिस्ट है, खूब पढ़ा होगा, पीएचडी की होगी, राउट लर्निंग फार्मूलाज पता होंगे, घंटों तक लैब में सोचते रहते हैं, अपने बच्चों को इनसे मिलवाएंगे, कुछ इनसे इंस्पायर होंगे. लेकिन उनसे पूछो, साहब आपका क्या योगदान है? कहेंगे जी 20 साल से हम लैब पे काम कर रहे हैं, बहुत अच्छा हमारी होता क्या है, मैं आपसे बताता हूं, आपको होपलेस करने नहीं आया, क्योंकि जब तक मैं आपको झकझोरूंगा नहीं तब तक आपकी स्पाइन सीधी नहीं होगी। सोसाइटी की एक्सपेक्टेशन क्या है, गवर्नमेंट की एक्सपेक्टेशन क्या है, इंडस्ट्री की एक्सपेक्टेशन क्या है। गवर्नमेंट की एक्सपेक्टेशन है टू इनेबल डेवलपमेंट, इंडस्ट्री की एक्सपेक्टेशन है साइंटिस्ट से टू अर्न रेवेन्यू। बट द मैन स्टैंडिंग लास्ट इन द क्यू हु इज ए नॉन साइंटिस्ट, उसकी एक्सपेक्टेशन क्या है, ही वॉन्ट्स पोटेबल वाटर, क्लीन एयर, सस्टेनेबल रिजिलियंट क्लाइमेट, सस्टेनेबल क्रॉप्स, नाइस 2 times मील इन द प्लेट। ये सब कौन जरूरतें पूरी करने वाला है, ये आने वाले 20 साल में आपसे पूछा जाने वाला है। बट इफ यू आर थिंकिंग विद इन द वॉल ऑफ द लेबोरेटरी विदाउट अ कनेक्ट टू द मैन स्टैंडिंग लास्ट इन द क्यू, ये गैप कभी कम नहीं होने वाला। एक बात कह के अपनी बात खत्म करूंगा कि जब तक लैब से बाहर निकल करके सोसाइटी की नीड्स को नहीं पता करिएगा और अपने अंदर वो आग नहीं पैदा करिएगा, पैशन थोड़ा कम हो जाएगा तो क्या बन जाएगा, कंपैशन। वो कंपैशन लाना पड़ेगा, किसके लिए, साइंस एज ए सर्विस फॉर द सोसाइटी, वो लेकर के आना पड़ेगा। अगर आपने साइंस को ट्रांजैक्शनल चुना है, इफ यू आर थिंकिंग एज ए ट्रांजैक्शनल मॉडल, माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, यू आर इन ए रॉन्ग बिजनेस। एक जमाना था जब लोग कहते थे कि इस प्रोफेशन से पैसा आता है, आज भी आ सकता है, लेकिन वो पोटेंशियल, वो ब्रेन, वो बिजनेस माइंडसेट, वो साइंटिफिक टेम्परामेंट कि मैं एक किट बनाऊंगा, एक प्रोटोटाइप बनाऊंगा, एक सिमुलेशन बनाऊंगा, एक रोबोट बनाऊंगा, एक फार्मूला बनाऊंगा, लेकिन मेरा इंटेंशन क्या है, मैं मार्केट में फार्मा को बेचूंगा। लेकिन दूसरा इंटेंशन क्या है, मैं एक किट ऐसी बनाऊंगा, एक mRNA वैक्सीन ऐसी बनाऊंगा जो दुनिया में न्यू पापुआ गिनाई से लेकर के अंटार्कटिका से लेकर के पूरे विश्व में हर जगह अफोर्डेबल होगी, फ्रीली अवेलेबल होगी, एक्सेसिबल होगी और सबके ऊपर बराबर काम करेगी। अगर सर्विस एटीट्यूड के साथ में काम करिएगा, साइंस आपको रिजल्ट देगी। लेकिन पहला सवाल अपने से पूछिएगा, आपकी एक्सपेक्टेशन साइंस से क्या है। सर, थैंक यू।
थैंक यू डॉक्टर दीक्षित, आपने बहुत बढ़िया बात की कि द गवर्नमेंट दे थिंक डिफरेंटली, इंडस्ट्री दे थिंक डिफरेंटली, रिसर्चर दे हैव डिफरेंट प्रायोरिटीज, सो स्टूडेंट्स like they really have to make up their mind while you are in this biotechnological technology you are studying. So you really have to be very, very clear in your understanding in taking your next step. We have Jai Bhai, Jai Bargi is a veteran, like in academia, we all know him. And he's also associated with various industries because he does provide inputs to industries. So, like we really want to ask him and get to know from him whether, and like he's in academia for more than 2 decades. So we ask him, the students, what you are producing, are they industry ready or not? So Jai Bhai, like want to know from you how your students are doing. Are you preparing industry ready students?
First of all, thanks for the question, Chairman sir. Now, for the most of the time, the truth lies between black and white, it's gray. So 10% of my students, they are doing fabulous in industry as well as research overall all around the globe. 90% of them don't. So the answer to the question whether students are industry ready, a minority are, a majority are not. Now, if you allow me to the solution part, then the solution, I'll take 2 examples from the people who have done it already, the people who have walked the same path. Since 1956, United States of America has an organization, it is known NACE, that is National Association of Colleges and Employers. a body that transcends between employers and educators. Now, this US is having since 1956. So we need an equivalent of NACE. Probably for the biological sciences, GSBTM can do this part. One. Two, when it comes to the training, skilling, yes, in the national education policy since 2 years, we are having structural possibilities of students going to the industry, skilling themselves. One of the option is internship. We have got now a mandatory internship of 4 credit in the new education policy. But to me, it's baby steps. Here comes the second example, and that is of Germany. As we are aware, since last more than 100 years, Germany has been industry powerhouse, manufacturing things of importance. Now, they are having a program, what can be translated in English known as the dual training program. Students are staying in colleges and industry at a given time. 50% time in college, 50% time in industry. The translation of this policy in India is apprenticeship. So there is a possibility by Government of India, what is known as Apprenticeship Embedded Degree Program, AEDP. The need for the hour is an educational program that gives 50% time to the campus, 50% time to the industry. We need a body like NSE. We need programs where student goes to and fro between industry and college. That's my remark. Thank you.
Mehul bhai, wants to add something into this. So, yeah.
Should I begin?
He wanted to speak. Then you may take.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity. My thought on this is that yes, NEP has given this scope of apprenticeship, but in my 12 years of career of academic, and what I have felt that industry people are also not that much ready to accept the students because they have their own challenges. They have their own challenges. They have to meet the target. They have to focus on the production. So what we have felt many times that when the students approach the industries, they say that okay, 5-7 दिन के लिए आना, बाकी फिर जो है वो आप report वगैरह बना लेना. But उनको जो the exposure that when the students goes to the industry, what they should get, they must get the hands-on work, chance to work on the live projects. That from the industry part, if that is also improved, then there is the success of this apprenticeship or internship. Until and unless there is no meaning of this. So as you asked the question that are our students industry ready? As of now, I completely on the side of sir that no, our students are not completely ready because students are studying the theoretical part too much. That is good. Their base should be strong. But when it comes to the applying in the industry, the industry must hold hands so that they can get more and more chance to learn to first-hand experience of working on those techniques and skills. That is. Thank you.
I mean, see, this is very evident because, when you go to industry and what you do in academia in your colleges, we work in, say, 10 ml test tube. And, we go to 100-liter reactor, in industry. So there is a tremendous amount of difference as far as technology is concerned, as far as automation is concerned. So as, like as of now, it is definitely, this seems to be an issue wherein, we are not in a position to produce industry-ready graduates. But, it does not mean, and like there's a substantial scope available for us. If we have a direct liaising between industry and association, as rightly pointed out by Dr. Joshi, that, while you are identifying subjects, go to industry, talk to them, and then design your curriculum accordingly. And that needs to be, on a check on a regular basis. We have Kapil Bhai, who is running a successful industry for last many years. So we ask him, how do you take trainees, when they come to you? How the new graduates, do they come to you? And how do we ensure that collaboration between industry and institute, they remain?
So I have been taking interns in my company since last 3 years. We have had more than 100 interns in our company. And because I myself as a student, as a graduate, have done 2 internships, I have known the importance of doing an internship in a proper way. So what I have been imparting to the students is once they enter the campus on the first day, the first thing I tell them is I won't give you the certificate until and unless you complete the hours that has been mentioned. So if they say I will just come for 5 days and give me the certificate for 60 days, so that's the first point where I will just send them away because they need discipline before they come into the industry. Second point is I always give them a project. I know my pain points. I think there is a very big difference between what's happening in academia and what's happening in industry is that academia is always working on something beautiful, but industry wants people to work on their pain points. So I always give students all the pain points that I have. If there is a big group of students, then I give them multiple projects over a course of 2 to 3 months. And after every 15 to 20 days, I have a follow-up with them. And at the end of the internship, they have to give me a written report. And then once I approve it, they can submit it to any of the universities that they want to go for master's or PhD with my sign. And that also adds an impact to the work they are doing. And also it shows the commitment that they have done something substantial, even if it's success or failure. Not all the projects turn into some kind of success. So I think as industries should be more willing to put their time and energy into students, as sir has mentioned. And that is the only way going forward on how even students can know what's actually happening on the other side in the industry itself.
I think we are, somewhere in the midway. 7 speakers, they have given their reviews. So while, on the subject, do the house, in front of us, if you have any specific questions as of now, at this particular stage, we can take a couple of questions also so that, we can have meaningful discussions. Any students or any faculty, if they have any issues to be discussed or any observation to be made. Yeah, please.
How do you become entrepreneur? I mean, it's not like opening a kirana shop. You have done some great research, some highly potential research, but what sparked to become an entrepreneur? Even I think you guys don't have such grants those days when you are in the college or something. So what gave you the spark to become an entrepreneur?
Anyone else apart from this? और कोई क्वेश्चन है किसके पास?
મારો ક્વેશ્ચન એ જ છે કે આપણે ભણતા પણ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીયલ વર્ક એટલે કે ઇન્ટર્નશિપ કરી શકીએ સાથે ટાઈમ મેનેજ થઈ શકે.
ઓકે, બીજો anyone else, any other questions? या हमने आपको
मेरा सर क्वेश्चन है ना दीक्षित सर से है. दीक्षित सर, आपने कहा कि सोसाइटी में कंपैशन होना चाहिए, है ना, डिस्कवरी के लिए. पर आज के इंटरनेट के एरा में ये जो यूथ है सब वो डिस्कनेक्ट हो रहे हैं सोसाइटी से, तो उनको एग्जैक्ट प्रॉब्लम पता ही नहीं चल रही, तो वो सोल्यूशन कहाँ से लाएंगे? तो वो गैप बढ़ता जा रहा है जब हम इंडस्ट्री और एकेडमिक को जोड़ने की बात कर रहे हैं. तो इसके ऊपर आप कुछ कमेंट कीजिए प्लीज सर.
Okay, fine. So we have 3 questions. We will certainly take more, and we will be continuing the discussions. We have, some of the lead entrepreneurs, who are here, and we really want to know their success story. and they will be, we will hear from the horse's mouth. Because they are successful businessmen, so they will be able to guide us. How do I become an entrepreneur? Number one. Secondly, how can I do two things together, as asked by him? And, one is a major challenge, the current generation, people we have it, that, we remain socially disconnected. And let's, hear from everyone. So I'll ask, we have, Jigar Bhai, if you can answer, about, because you are heading industry, you are a director, and you are doing good in agrosciences. So, if you can answer that, how do I become an entrepreneur in the field of biotechnology?
So first we need to understand what is required. Entrepreneur is not like that you need to become in any specific area. First you understand your interest, where you want to be. You have to dig out the detail, what exactly it is required. You have to have resources, fund. It is the main important. Talent is, you can get it. That university produces many good talented. So that talent we can, anyway we can get it. But main important is that to generate the money, because entrepreneur you have to start from the small part. So because if I'll tell you about one of the company which is located in Bangalore, known as BioNeeds. The director of BioNeeds has started his research institute from one small animal room. So he took loan from the bank, also took help from the government, and then from that it is also one of the CRO. If I talk about these many CROs in which currently I'm working in, I'm in the field, it went very fast. So for that you need to have a support, knowledge and good talent.
Okay.
Sir, I would like to put some input in this for the first question for him, because after 45 years, I am into the industry field. So, beta, the first and foremost thing is you need a confirmation, a strong confirmation in your heart that no, I want to do this. I have started my research lab just 1 year ago, right? But I was having a confirmation that no, I want to do something for my kids of South Gujarat, which is having no research facility in any of the institute, or any of the industries are not, helping the students for their research. So with this motto, I was fighting for the syllabus also, and I started the things for all the students who want to do research, so they can learn the skills, what they want to learn. The majority of the skills are there in my lab. So it is not that you can't do without money. When there is will, there is way. So if you think that, no, I want to do, the money will come to you. But only thing is confirmation, the strong will, I want to do. Either service, either business, anything. But you need a strong willpower. Thank you.
No, as rightly mentioned by Meghaben, that yes, without willpower, nothing we can do. And yes, willpower is needed. But, and in the beginning, Gaurav said that yes, biotechnology is a gold mine. It's a mankind's future. And while we are talking about gold mine, we don't require only miners. We have miners, but apart from miners, we will also require architects, will require engineers. So they can, the entire system will have to be developed. So we need professionals, who are considered as T-shaped professionals. We have a deep understanding. We need professionals having deep knowledge of biotechnology, but at the same time, we need some interdisciplinary areas also. And that is what is going to be a responsibility of an institute itself. We don't train solely in biotechnology. It is our responsibility to ensure that What is entrepreneurship? That also needs to be developed. How do we write proposals? How do we write proposals? Because that is also need to be discussed, like in a forum like this, in an institute like this. And then, like it can take us forward. That one question, we still for a time being, we will not answer. It remains unanswered. But, we go forward. We have Professor Dandukia, a veteran, and now in Vanita Vishram University. We ask Dr. Dandukia that what is your take on ensuring that this ecosystem remains intact, that collaboration between industry and institute remain valid for a long time to come.
Okay, so you have heard a lot of things, right? Have you heard the Macaulay? Do you know who is Macaulay? So why we want to change it through NEP 2020? Why we want to change that system? Because that system was made to make trained people for certain specific trades only. They want clerks, right? So why we push students to make industry ready? What is industry? How much variety is there? It is highly impossible to train students for each and every need of industry. Rather, if we train students for the skill sets, they will learn the things rapidly and they can adapt rapidly. You cannot train students for industry. This is my opinion. You cannot train. You need to train students how to handle the things in the laboratory itself. If they can work in-house laboratory, means institutional laboratory, by keeping appropriate records, they can replicate those things, they can replicate those discipline. If they show in the institute, same discipline can be conveyed in the industry too, right? So it will be very easier for them to amalgamate in the industrial environment. But what happens when students goes in laboratory? They spend majority of the time in chit-chats or other aspects, which is not there, right? They are less focused on what is going on in the laboratory. When teacher asks you to maintain the culture, how it is maintained, what problems the lab assistants are facing, how they are managing. If they just observe these small skills, which observes in the surrounding environment, they will learn a lot of things and the transition will be very faster. Because if you look at how many industrialists in India which are trained for industry, they learn from this system only, and yet they are handling a lot of industries. So rather than focusing, making them industry ready, let us make them ready so they can absorb anywhere, whether it is entrepreneurship or industry.
Thank you, Pinakin Bhai. You put a nice perspective to the discussion. But now, we have a specialist, from Indian Institute of Teachers Education. Now, this gentleman, Dr. Mehul Dave, he has a rich experience in training. So we asked him, how do we take this forward? And, the question again, asked, in fact, though it was addressed to Dr. Dixit, but I believe, you are in a better position to answer that, we are disconnected, we are indifferent to what is happening in the society, most of the time. And scientists, scientists to aisa hi hota hai ki he's disconnected. But yes, in today's time, the connotation, is very, very different. So we'll hear from Dr. Dave, please.
Thank you, sir. I will also continue with the similar thoughts, but I will represent 2 or 3 issues that we as a society we face. One is the university administration, second is we the academicians, and third is our social problem. दोस्तों सबसे पहला प्रॉब्लम वो है कि आज का जो कल्चर है हमारा वो है पब्लिश और पेरिश. उसको हमें बदल के इनोवेट एंड क्रिएट इम्पैक्ट वहाँ जाना है. हमारा जो कल्चर है रिसर्च पेपर्स और हाई इम्पैक्ट जर्नल्स, प्रोजेक्ट्स, फंड्स, थीसिस, वो सब कपबोर्ड में रह जाते हैं. उसमें से हार्डली 10% इज एक्चुअली कमिंग इन यूज फॉर द पीपल. आई एम ऑल्सो माइक्रोबायोलॉजिस्ट एंड बायोटेक्नोलॉजिस्ट. तो वी नो कि कितनी थीसिस हमने चेक की और कितनी कपबोर्ड में रह गई जो सोसाइटी तक नहीं पहुंची. आप सोचिए कि पीएचडी एग्रीकल्चर करने के बाद 10 में से कितने लोग वाकई में एग्रीकल्चर प्रैक्टिस यानी कि खेती करने जाएंगे. आप में से मुझे आंसर दीजिए. पीएचडी इन एग्रीकल्चर करने के बाद कितने लोग फार्मिंग करना चाहेंगे? 1? नो वन. सो वो हमारी सोसाइटी का इश्यू है सर. व्हाइट कॉलर जॉब वर्सेस ब्लू कॉलर जॉब, इजंट इट? हम सबको 40,000 सैलरी वाला अगर लेक्चरर है तो हम मैट्रिमोनियल में टिक मार्क कर देते, यस. पर अगर 4 लाख अर्न करने वाला मेहंदी आर्टिस्ट है, प्लम्बर है, इलेक्ट्रिशियन है या पानीपुरी वाला है तो हम उसको सोशियली कैंसिल कर देते. हम हमारे बच्चों की शादी उसके साथ करना नहीं चाहेंगे. दिस प्रॉब्लम इज द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ अवर सोसाइटी. वो वहां से शुरू होता है. हम वी द एकेडमिशियन, हम भी चाहेंगे कि हमारे बच्चे डॉक्टर, इंजीनियर, चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट बने. हम में से कितने चाहेंगे कि उसको क्रिकेटर बनना है, ड्रामा आर्टिस्ट बनना है? तो आर वी अलाउिंग देम? तो वहां हमारा जो स्किल का जो कंसेप्ट है वो पढ़ाते तो बहुत है, पर जब व्हेन इट इज अ मैटर ऑफ इंप्लीमेंटिंग वी हार्डली फेल. वो हमारा एक सोशल इश्यू. दूसरा इश्यू जो इस बात को ही कनेक्ट करता है, दैट इज वी द एकेडमिशियंस, वी आर मेंबर ऑफ बोर्ड ऑफ स्टडीज, वी डिजाइन द सिलेबस. बहुत सारी हम सब, मतलब शायद कोठारी सर है तो वो 15 यूनिवर्सिटी के बीओएस में होंगे, मैं भी 8-10 में हूँ, गौरव सर भी 10-12 में होंगे. हमारा जब टर्न आता है तो वी मतलब एंटायर एकेडमिक फ्रेटर्निटी, वी थिंक अबाउट सिलेक्टिंग ओनली दोज ट्रेडिशनल सब्जेक्ट्स इन अवर सिलेबस. जब एक्सपेरिमेंट करने की बात आती है तो हम क्या बोलते हैं कि नहीं ये तो पढ़ाना ही पड़ेगा, इसके बगैर सिलेबस थोड़ा बीएससी का बनता है. इंडस्ट्री की जो रिक्वायरमेंट है, आर वी रियली इंक्लूडिंग इन सिलेबस? व्हाट डू यू से स्टूडेंट्स? आप जो पढ़ते हैं उसमें से अराउंड 50% ऐसी चीजें होगी कि जो आपको आज के टाइम में कहीं काम नहीं आने वाली. डू यू थिंक सो? तो वो जो मतलब दोज एकेडमिशियंस, उन्होंने सिलेबस में रखी एक ही रिजिडिटी से कि हम ये पढ़े हैं इसलिए ये तो होना ही चाहिए. वो व्हाई कांट वी डू एक्सपेरिमेंट? इंडस्ट्री की जो नीड है वो मैं जब मेरी पहली कैरियर सर यहाँ सूरत से शुरू हुई, राइट नाउ आई एम इन गांधीनगर. मैं स्पान डायग्नोस्टिक्स में गया, पहली बार एलाइजा देखा. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द ईयर 1998. अब एलाइजा पहली बार काम करने का फर्स्ट डे ऑफ जॉब, और मुझे मेरे जूनियर्स बोलते सर आपको एलाइजा ऑपरेट करना नहीं आता. मुझे किसी ने मास्टर्स में एलाइजा पढ़ाया नहीं था, थियरी पढ़ा था, इंस्ट्रूमेंट देखा नहीं था. 1998 आई एम रिफरिंग टू. तो दिस इज द गैप. टुडे ऑल्सो द सेम थिंग हैपन्स कि हम हमारे करिकुलम में एक्सपेरिमेंट नहीं करते. इवन दो यूनिवर्सिटी बोर्ड ऑफ स्टडीज के स्ट्रक्चर में एक इंडस्ट्री रिप्रेजेंटेटिव होना चाहिए, पर कितने इंडस्ट्री रिप्रेजेंटेटिव रियल में आते हैं और कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं? अगर वो कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं तो क्या हम उसको सिलेबस में रखते हैं या हमारी ट्रेडिशनल थॉट से आगे चलते कि सेल बायोलॉजी तो होना ही चाहिए, बायोकेमिस्ट्री क्रेब साइकिल पढ़े बगैर कैसे ग्रेजुएट होगा? पर वो तो उसको टीचर बनना है तो क्रेब साइकिल पढ़े, अगर उसको मोलेक्युलर बायोलॉजिस्ट बनना है तो नहीं पढ़े तो चलेगा. और दोस्तों तीसरा प्रॉब्लम, जब जेम्स फिलिप नाम के लड़के को स्मॉल पॉक्स इन्फेक्शन हुआ तो लोग उसको एडवर्ड जेनर के पास ले गए थे. और हमारे यहाँ जो प्रॉब्लम्स होते हैं ना, स्मॉल पॉक्स हुआ ना तो हमने शीतड़ा माता जी का मंदिर बना दिया. कोविड में अच्छा है कि हमने वैक्सीन डिजाइन कर दी, अदरवाइज वी ट्राई टू फाइंड नंबर ऑफ सॉल्यूशंस फ्रॉम रिलीजन, इजंट इट? हम बहुत सारे कोविड के वक्त भी ये हो गया था, और मतलब वी डोंट हैव दैट इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ साइंस इन आवर लाइफ. हमारी लाइफ में साइंटिस्ट का इतना इंपॉर्टेंस जितना वेस्टर्न में है. टीचर्स को या बड़े बड़े लोगों को स्टेज से बहुत हैबिट होती है कि ऐसा बोल दे कि पश्चिमनो पवन फूंकाई રહ્યો છે. अरे फूंकाई तो सारू થોડોક, આજનો યુવાન અવળા માર્ગે છે. અવળા નહીં, બિલકુલ સવડા માર્ગે છે, પણ એવું વિચારનાર અવળા માર્ગે છે. ટેકનોલોજી એઆઈ તમારી નોકરી ખાઈ જશે. અરે એઆઈ નહીં ખાય, એઆઈ જાણનારો વ્યક્તિ તમારી નોકરી ખાઈ જશે જો તમે નહીં જાણતા હો તો. हम अपनी आउटडेटेड मेंटालिटी लेके क्लास में जाते हैं और स्टूडेंट्स को नेगेटिविटी फैलाते हैं कि आज की जनरेशन खराब है, ये है, वो है। पर हमें एक्चुअली साइंस को हमारी लाइफ से इम्पोर्टेंस देना शुरू करना चाहिए। मेरी जब ड्यूटी है, BOS चेयरमैन मैं हूँ, तो मुझे मेरे सिलेबस में एक्सपेरिमेंट करना चाहिए। और दिस इज व्हाट इज डिजाइंड इन NEP। के कस्तूरी रंजन जी ने जो NEP का ड्राफ्ट बनाया, इट इज वंडरफुल अगर उसको समझा जाए तो। पर वो भी एक एलिफेंट की तरह है, कोई उसकी ट्रंक देखता है, समवन सीज इट्स लेग्स, समवन टेल्स, पूरा पिक्चर कोई देखता नहीं। इंप्लीमेंट करने का पूरा गुजरात गवर्नमेंट ने मुझे प्रोजेक्ट दिया था कि पूरे गुजरात में हायर एजुकेशन में NEP इम्प्लीमेंटेशन का स्टेटस क्या है। तो वो मतलब 45-50 लाख का प्रोजेक्ट था, हमने रिपोर्ट बना दिया। एंड व्हाट वी फाउंड कि इन नन ऑफ द यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ गुजरात NEP इम्प्लीमेंटेशन इज यूनिफॉर्म। इवन दो यूनिवर्सिटी कॉमन एक्ट हो गया, पर बाकी लोग भी मुझे कह सकते हैं कि NEP का इम्प्लीमेंटेशन कैसे किया जाए, नो वन इज क्लियर। तो देर आर इश्यूज विद अवर फ्रेटर्निटी एंड इन अवर सोसाइटी, वी शुड ट्राई टू थिंक अबाउट इट। थैंक यू फॉर गिविंग टाइम। थैंक यू सर।
Thank you, Mehul bhai. I think our students, like they are enlightened. They know, what is expected from the university. They know it, what industry wants it. It is absolutely a good sign. I must compliment, because see, in unison, when he asked, do you think कि आप जो पढ़ रहे हैं वो इंडस्ट्री में काम आएगा? And everyone said no, in unison. And for that matter, it is very, very important. This is a point where we must learn from our students, from their understanding about the curriculum. So yes, whatever changes are needed, and for that, we must compliment Gaurav bhai for arranging, we have a diverse opinion, which is coming. And based on this, we'll have to go and take a next step. We have Dr. Jyotirmoy. She is, from one of the finest institute, of finest industry in South Gujarat. She is a Deputy General Manager with Merrill, and the division she had. And this CRISPR, because this is something, next 10 years, we all will be talking about CRISPR. They are, one of the initiator. So let's, hear from Jyotirmoy, and you can guide us, tell us that how, academia can support your research.
Yeah, I think, thank you so much, sir. So I have been hearing from all the distinguished panelists. And yes, you are the bright future, the team that is sitting in front of me. So yeah, I'm Dr. Jyoti. I have done my PhD postdoc. I'm not giving an introduction. I was being there as an assistant professor also for 6 to 7 years. Okay, I was in DY Patil University. हम लोगों को बहुत funds नहीं मिलते थे. So I know what kind of a struggle I have been through to teach my students the research and everything. So I did my research in asthma. Okay, जब मैंने PhD कर रही थी, I'm from my father is from Air Force. Okay. So whenever I used to visit the Air Force station, in fact, the Air Force commander also used to ask my father कि आपकी बेटी दवाई कब ला रही है? That kind of a question for a common man. They used to ask me कि आप अगर research कर रहे हो, PhD कर रहे हो, तो इसका medicine कब आने वाला है या kind of a permanent solution कब आने वाला है? I know. I also publish in Nature Communication. We all have been discussing कि हम लोग papers publish करते हैं. But it is also important to publish your paper in a high impact journal so that people get to know about you. Okay. So I know I was not able to translate my research into industry. Okay. Then I joined as an assistant professor. I tried to teach people, the impact of molecular biology, all those high advanced technology and everything. And then I get into industry. I got an opportunity and I got into industry. Okay. Industry gave me that platform. Okay. So I was an expert in molecular biology, in cell science, whatever I have done in my PhD. Okay, everything I have utilized. I have got a team of 100 people to announce to you people, we have our first CAR-T therapy, if you people know about it, for blood cancer. Okay, it's a personalized therapy जो US वगैरह में 5 करोड़ का मिलता है, 1 crore to 5 crores. We are going to sell in India for 30 lakh rupees. Okay, that is something that micro-CRISPR is going to do. It is a miracle. Thank you so much, guys. So we have done the clinical trial in 31 patients. It was a roller coaster journey. It was a beautiful journey. And I know we have been all talking about कि हमारे students industry ready हैं कि नहीं. Okay. So as some of them have pointed, I believe the moment a person is going to think about, you know, a PhD, think about a novel topic. Okay, something that it can really contribute to the healthcare. Okay. Go for collaboration, go for international collaboration. अपने professors के पीछे पड़े रहो. Collaboration is going to help you people to reach to a level. Okay. I also want that industrial PhD should be initiated. Okay. So meanwhile, when I have joined, I try to initiate this industrial PhD. We are having some conversation with NIPER and all. So that industry PhD is there. So you people would be working in your lab plus in the industry so that you get an exposure. And when you work in a PhD, in an industry, chances are really high, it can really reach to the patient. हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं? From bench side to bedside. Okay, research bench पे जो काम किया, वो patient के bedside तक पहुँच जाए. That is something which I really appreciate. I know there are struggles. So again, as you know, people have been talking about like, you know, the courses should be included. I think there have been a lot of changes. जब मैंने masters किया था, and the kind of masters course I see right now, regulatory is involved, quality assurance is involved, industrial perspective is involved. Definitely, we all are working for it. As Madam has said, the willpower is something which is very much important. Even, you know, I have left my academic job, I have joined to industry, I'm traveling, I'm doing a lot of research. I know, बहुत मेहनत लगती है. But when you get to know कि आपने जो काम किया है, that is treating a patient. एक बंदे का blood cancer ठीक हो रहा है, the quality of life is getting improved. You are, you know, on the top of the mountain. I know that feeling is something which is very, very different. And I'm very happy to have that feeling. Okay. Again, coming on to this point, we have a lot of competition also. कैसे होते हैं? My cousins are in IT. Okay, so we have a lot of comparison की salary wise कैसा है ये. But again, what I feel is that, you know, after some time, if you focus on your research, if you are, you know, in the hands of a good professor, if the facilities are fine and you can try out collaboration, your professors are going to help you. You can reach to the stars, I assure you. I'm a live example for the same. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
I think rightly mentioned by her, because, you know, like we also need individual like her to come. We want, you know, individuals like Dr. Joshi to come to our university. And NEP, you know, Dave Saab was saying that NEP does have a provision of something known as a professor of practice. So, you know, like in our department also, that possibility, you know, we must explore it and invite, you know, all of them are professors and they can actually come and deliver their experiences. They know how, you know, like to move forward. So thank you very much. We have Dr. Pitawala. Dr. Pitawala, you know, thank you for coming all the way from Bardoli. And you know, like he will be in a position to throw some more light in a different perspective. Pitawala sir, please.
Very good afternoon, everyone. बात हो रही है स्किल की, विल की. मैं एक और टर्म, राइमिंग टर्म बाद में ऐड करूंगा. स्किल की बात से शुरू करता हूं. सुबह का ही एक्सपीरियंस है. कल के लिए थोड़ा हमारे इंस्टीट्यूट में एक यूथ फेस्टिवल ऑर्गेनाइज होने वाला है. स्टूडेंट्स का कैपेबिलिटीज़ की बात है और स्टूडेंट्स का अंडरस्टैंडिंग की बात है. तो जो उनको परफॉर्म करना है वो ही एक कंपोनेंट में इतना स्पेशलाइज हो जाते हैं कि दूसरी चीज़ भूल जाते हैं. तो एक ड्रामा, मैं थिएटर मुझे पसंद है तो मैं कराता हूँ. आई एम गाइडिंग देम. सुबह इनको बोला था स्ट्रक्चर इस तरह से बना के लाने का, स्ट्रक्चर कुछ और बन गया. बोला था ए बना के लाना, बी फॉर्म में लेके आ गए. अब मेरे पास टाइम तो नहीं है, इधर भी आना था, मैंने सर को ऑलरेडी अपॉइंटमेंट दे दिया था, नहीं तो मैं खुद लग जाता हूं. स्किल नाउ व्हाट दे वांटेड टू डू, समझ में नहीं आया तो किसी को, जो पर्सन टेक्निकल स्किल वाला पर्सन है, उसको बुलाने के लिए दे स्पेंड 2 आवर्स। तो मेरा कहने का मतलब ये है कि स्किल वाले पर्सन्स की इंपॉर्टेंस इतनी बढ़ चुकी है कि माइंड माय वर्ड्स, वन फाइन डे वी persons with degrees, we have to beg before them to come and do our duties, do our work, if we don't develop those skills. Skills बहुत छोटी चीज़ है, उसके लिए समझना पड़ता है एंड सीख लेना पड़ता है, ऑब्जर्वेशन स्ट्रांग होना चाहिए। बहुत सारे बच्चे का ऑब्जर्वेशन बहुत वीक होता है। ये प्रॉब्लम कहाँ पे आया? वो बच्चों का ऑब्जर्वेशन नहीं है। अगर उन लोगों ने ऑब्जर्व ठीक से किया होता तो ठीक से फॉर्म में बना के लेके आते थे। समझा कुछ और, क्रिएट कुछ और हुआ। तो ये स्किल का इंपॉर्टेंस ये है, माइन्यूट मैटर्स को ऑब्जर्व करना है और परफॉर्म करना है। सेकंड थिंग इज, मैडम ने बताया विल, और ये बच्चे ने बोला था कि एक एंटरप्रेन्योर बनना है तो इसके पीछे विल चाहिए। यस, डेफिनेटली यू कैन नॉट डू एनीथिंग विदाउट विल। आपकी पहले होना चाहिए कि मुझे ये करना है, बाय हुक और क्रुक आई विल डू इट एंड आई विल अचीव इट। दूसरा, एक इतने सालों से मैं एकेडमिक्स में हूं और मेरे बच्चों का ऑब्जर्वेशन है रिपोर्ट से, एक थोड़ा फनी पार्ट भी है और बहुत हार्श रियलिटी भी है कि जितने रैंकर्स जो बच्चे हैं ना, फर्स्ट बेंचर्स, वो इमीडिएटली जॉब में लग जाते हैं और पूरी जिंदगी जॉब करते रहते हैं। उसके पीछे वाले बच्चे हैं थोड़े मिड बेंचर्स, वो क्या करते हैं, बिजनेस, किसी और का बिजनेस में मिडमैन की तरह विदाउट रिस्क वर्क करते हैं। उसके पीछे वाले थोड़े और हैं जो रिस्क लेना चाहते हैं, वो एंटरप्रेन्योर बनते हैं। तो एंटरप्रेन्योर बनना है तो रिस्क लेने की पूरी रेडीनेस, विलिंग होनी चाहिए। और उससे भी जो कंप्लीट लास्ट बेंचर्स जो होते हैं ना, वो फाइनली दे विल बी CEOs, और उसके ऊपर भी आउट ऑफ द क्लास जो आउटस्टैंडिंग स्टूडेंट्स हम बोलते हैं ना, जिसको हम बाहर निकाल देते हैं, वो आउटस्टैंडिंग स्टूडेंट्स रियली आउटस्टैंडिंग ही हो गए, वो पॉलिटिशियन बनेंगे और सबको रूल करेंगे। जस्ट तो ये मेरा ऑब्जर्वेशन है स्टूडेंट्स का, लाइफ किस तरह से आगे बढ़ती है, कैसे। थर्ड पॉइंट, ये स्किल विल हुआ। I want to emphasize is, whatever you do, whether you are in an entrepreneur, whether you are learning phase, whether you are in a business in between phase, जो भी हो, सोसाइटी में हर तरह के आदमी की ज़रूरत है, किसी भी फील्ड में हो, कहीं पे भी हो, लेकिन उसमें अपनी जान लगा के करना। That means there should be a feeling behind it. बिना फीलिंग आप किसी चीज़ करोगे, उसका आउटपुट नहीं आएगा। सिंपल एग्जाम्पल होता है घर पे माँ का खाना। माँ जो अपने लिए बनाती है ना, वो फीलिंग्स डालती है। वो फीलिंग बाहर वाली लारी पे नहीं मिलेगी। टेस्ट मिलेगा, फीलिंग्स नहीं मिलेगी। ठीक है, थैंक यू।
एड वन पॉइंट, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है दोस्तों, गौर से सुनना। यहाँ सभी पैनलिस्ट बैठे हैं। सबसे पहले एक क्वेश्चन इंक्लूडिंग मी, हम जब बैचलर्स में पढ़ रहे थे तब हम में से कितनों का गोल क्लियर था कि आज यहाँ बैठे ये मुझे बनना है? फ्रेंकली हैंड रेज करिए। बैचलर्स से डिसाइडेड था कि मुझे ये बनना है। मतलब परसेंटेज देखिए, परसेंटेज देखेंगे तो कितने परसेंट लगे आपको? मे बी 20%। सेम थिंग इज हियर। यहाँ मैं पूछूंगा, हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू नो यू वांट टू बिकम? हार्डली, यूजुअली 25 साल से पढ़ रहा हूँ तो मुझे मालूम है कि 20% स्टूडेंट्स को गोल क्लियर होता है। दोस्तों अब ये बात गौर से सुनिए कि पिछली जनरेशन, पिछली सदी की गोल सेटिंग की फॉर्मूला थी। अब गोल सेटिंग को मॉडर्न करियर गाइडेंस में आउटडेटेड गिना जाता है। गोल सेट करने को आउटडेटेड गिना जाता है। टुडेज बज़वर्ड इज प्लान्ड हैपेंस्टेंस थियरी। वो गूगल करके पढ़ना आप लोग। प्लान्ड हैपेंस्टेंस थियरी मतलब 5, 7, 10 विंडो ओपन रखना। करियर में सबसे डेंजरस जो चीज है वो गोल छोटा रखना और उसको अचीव कर लेना। इट इज वेरी ट्रेजिक टू हैव अ स्मॉल गोल और उससे भी बड़ी ट्रेजेडी वो अचीव कर लेना। मतलब बहुत स्टूडेंट्स को ऐसा होता है कि गवर्नमेंट छोटी मोटी जॉब टेट टाट करके टीचर बन जाए, ऐसा ही गोल होता है बस। तो उसके अंदर की स्ट्रेंथ बाहर नहीं निकलती। तो दोस्तों 35 की एज तक सेटल नहीं होना। सेटल होने की मेंटालिटी, इट इज रियली डेंजरस। कीप ऑन एक्सपेरिमेंटिंग विथ योर करियर। यहां बैठे उन लोगों ने एक्सपेरिमेंट्स किए तब यहां पहुंचे हैं। और ज़्यादा एक्सपेरिमेंट किए होते तो शायद और हम वहाँ बैठे होते इंडस्ट्रीज में। तो दोस्तों, करियर में सेट होने की मेंटालिटी हमारी पिछली जनरेशन ने सिखाई है, पर वो डेंजरस है। 35 तक तो आप एक्सपेरिमेंट कर रहे, ये लाइन पसंद नहीं आई तो वो लाइन, मतलब जहां में हेले हिमा सूरत खुर्शीद जिया करते हैं, इधर डूबे उधर निकले, उधर डूबे इधर निकले। उसका मीनिंग ये है कि हिम्मत वाले लोग सूरज की तरह जिंदा रहते हैं, वहां डूबे तो वहां निकले। मतलब किसी लाइन में आपने रिजाइन किया, वहां मजा नहीं आया तो दूसरी लाइन, पूरी लाइन बदल दीजिए। 4-5 एक्सपेरिमेंट करने से पता चलेगा कि मेरी स्किल क्या है, ऐसे ही पता नहीं चल जाता। तो गोल सेटिंग है तो ठीक है, बट इट इज ओके नॉट टू नो। अगर आपको नहीं मालूम कि मुझे क्या बनना है, देयर इज क्वाइट फाइन। आप ट्राई करते रहिए, अलग अलग जगह पे जॉब जंप लेते रहिए, वहां से आपको रास्ता मिल जाएगा। स्किल के लिए ये बहुत जरूरी है।
बहुत थैंक यू, थैंक यू। We have another gentleman who has moved, in industry. In aquaculture, he has a name of his own. We ask Mayank Bhai Sharma. Mayank जी, आप बताइए, हम जो डिस्कशंस कर रहे हैं for last more than an hour, how do we go forward?
सर, सबसे पहले तो मेरे लिए ये बहुत बड़ा लेक्चर हो गया है। आई थिंक यहाँ बैठ के मैं जो ये 29 ईयर्स की एज में देख रहा हूँ, बट मोर इम्पॉर्टेंटली, जैसे दवे सर ने बोला, दीक्षित सर ने जो बात की है ग्राउंड रियलिटी की, एंड ऑल्सो आई थिंक इफ़ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग पिनाकिन सर ने जो बताया इंडस्ट्री एकेडेमिया के बारे में, ये सब चीज़ें सर साइड रख के मुझे ऐसा लगता है पर्सनली, आई एम फ्रॉम सेकेंड जनरेशन, सो येस देयर कुड बी वेरियस क्वेश्चंस कि नहीं यार बनाया बनाया प्लेटफॉर्म था एंड ये था, बट आई कुड प्राउडली से हियर एट दिस मोमेंट माई फादर हैड अ हम्बल विजन. He came here in Gujarat with just 300 rupees in his pocket, came into an industry where it was not at all developed, and जो बिन उपजाऊ ज़मीन है जहाँ से ये एक्वाकल्चर का पोटेंशियल डेवलप हुआ, तो वहाँ पे आज ये 300-400 मिलियन $US वर्थ की इंडस्ट्री डेवलप हुई है. बट कमिंग टू द मेन थिंग, क्योंकि अब मैं वो फिलोसॉफिकल एंड पे या क्या ग्रास रूट लेवल पे हो रहा है उसका मतलब नहीं है. आज आपको जानना है कि भाई अब करें क्या, एक्वा में क्या. तो हमेशा मुझे ये सवाल हमेशा पूछा गया है कि एक्वा में क्या. पर अगर मैं आपको आज बताऊं कि एक बायोटेक्नोलॉजिस्ट मेरे ऑफिस से सिर्फ 10 मिनट की दूरी पे, आप आके देख भी सकते हैं, एक बेसिक बायोकेमिस्ट्री का डिग्री के कोर्स करने वाली मैम, अगर वो खुद के लिए $1 से 2 लाख रुपए मंथली कमा सकती है सिर्फ एक बेसिक लेबोरेटरी खोल के, टाइट्रेशन किट्स, लैटरल फ्लो किट सिर्फ सोर्स करके. सो रही बात जो ये भाई साहब ने पूछी एंटरप्रेन्योर बनने की, तो मेरी डेफिनेशन एंटरप्रेन्योर की सबसे पहले चालू होती है मेरे घर में इटसेल्फ. आप पूछेंगे क्यों? आज पैसा कमाई, अब इसका सोर्स आपको उसका एंड यूज़ क्या करना है, बाइफरकेट ही करना है, खुद के लिए, ऐशो आराम के लिए, हेल्थ के लिए, थोड़ा बहुत बिजनेस के लिए या पैसे बढ़ाने के लिए. बट आप सबसे पहले एक लाइफ में ज़रूर याद रखना, जो मैंने ये विजडम मेरे फादर से सीखा है. मैं यहाँ पे श्री रामकृष्ण इंस्टीट्यूट से ही ग्रेजुएटेड हूँ, टॉपर था. आई डोंट नो जय सर को याद होगा तो, बट इरिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ दैट, ऐसा ज़रूरी नहीं है कि टॉपर्स कुछ अचीव नहीं कर सकते. बट ओनली थिंग क्या होता है ना, कभी कभी ज़्यादा कुछ नॉलेज होना भी एक कर्स होता है. जो मैंने नोटिस किया है मेरे और मेरे काफ़ी एकेडेमिया लोगों में, क्या होता है ना कि माइंड पैसिमिस्ट हो जाता है. इतना परफेक्ट कैलकुलेशन माइंड में रहता है ना सर, कि बैठे बैठे इतना सब डिस्कस करके भी लगता है कि अरे यार ये तो बिजनेस मॉडल पॉसिबल ही नहीं है. देयर कम्स द एबिलिटी ऑफ रिस्क टेकिंग. बट क्या है ना, आपको खुद का प्लेसमेंट इस सोशल स्ट्रक्चर में या बिजनेस स्ट्रक्चर में आपको खुद ढूंढना पड़ेगा. ये बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट है. जैसे कि मैं मेरा एक सिंपल एग्जांपल, सिर्फ 1 मिनट लूँगा. और एक्वाकल्चर बैकग्राउंड से हूँ, बायोटेक्नोलॉजी पढ़ा हूँ, तो कोई सेंस बनता ही नहीं. एक्वाकल्चर फार्मिंग में तो मैं किसान की तरह टाइम स्पेंड किया ही नहीं है. बट जैसे ही पढ़ाई करके आया, 2-3 महीने 6 महीने पूरा एक क्रॉप किसान के जैसा जीने की ट्राई की. फार्म्स पे रहा, 10-10, 12-12 घंटे मेहनत की धूप में, पूरा टैनिंग, शेड, बस शॉर्ट्स पे पहन के, बेसिक कपड़े, बेसिक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर. आई लिव दैट लाइफ टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट अ फार्मर नीड्स. क्योंकि जब तक आपको सामने वाले आदमी को क्या चाहिए, आज आप बिजनेस कर रहे हैं, कस्टमर को क्या चाहिए उसके हिसाब से बिजनेस करोगे कि कस्टमर को डिक्टेट करोगे, नहीं भाई मेरा अच्छा है, तू भाई यही कर, तू यही ले मेरा प्रोडक्ट. सो दैट इज डिक्टेटरशिप. यू आर नॉट एडिंग एनीथिंग इन योर एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप वैल्यू. सो टू हैव दैट बैलेंस, द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट इज कि भाई कोई भी कुछ भी करो, मैं तो एक्वाकल्चर का एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ, और यहाँ पे मैं शायद मेरा बायसनेस रहेगा भी, बट मैं चाहता हूँ कि सर लोग एक्वाकल्चर में आए, क्योंकि सिलेक्टिव ब्रीडिंग प्रोग्राम्स, आज आप कितने भी गूगल पे टाइप करिए कंपनी में आपको नाम दूंगा, अनगिनत कंपनीज है जो $1 बिलियन वैल्यूएशंस के कंपनी है। एक सिंपल उसूल है भाई साहब, सप्लाई एंड डिमांड। यूपीएससी में मिलियंस की तादाद में लोग पढ़ाई कर रहे, अप्रोच कर रहे, हजारों की तादाद में बन रहे खाली। डॉक्टर्स इंजीनियर्स का भी सेम हाल है। अरे यार आप सिंपल लॉजिक सोचिए, जहाँ इतना कंपटीशन है, सो व्हाई डोंट यू चूज स्मार्ट थिंग्स फॉर योरसेल्फ। नॉलेज तो सबको सेम ही है, पिनाकिन सर बहुत सही बात बोल रहे कि स्किल अपग्रेडेशन ब्रॉड नॉलेज तो आपके पास है ही, पर ऐसा भी तो खुद को सोच के देखिए ना कि भाई मुझे, जैसे मैंने प्लानिंग किया कि भाई मेरा ये सस्टेनेंस है, मुझे भाई महीने के 5 लाख रुपए भी मिले तो भाई मैं एंजॉय कर सकता हूँ। तो वैसे स्टेप बाय स्टेप खुद को हाई एक्सपेक्टेशन मत रखिए। आप जैसे कि कोई इंडस्ट्री में एंटर हो गए कि ना भाई હવે અંબાની જ બનવું છે, એના નીચે તો કંઈ છે જ નથી। this all the things are bogus. Even if you make a sustainable business, एक सिंपल बात बोलूं, आज 20-30 करोड़ के टर्नओवर के बाद भी 3-4 करोड़ कमाओ ना, वो बहुत बड़ी बात है। आज ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट्स, इवन इफ यू मेक ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट्स ऑफ 25%, EBIT मार्जिन्स ऑफ 11%, बहुत बड़ी बात है। आपको क्या लगता है ये बड़े बड़े लोग क्या कोई 100% 200% मार्जिन में खेल रहे? और दूसरा सबसे मेन बात, आइसोलेट बायोटेक्नोलॉजी फ्रॉम फार्मा और एग्रीकल्चर। अरे भैया एक्वाकल्चर भी है। मैं प्राउडली कह सकता हूँ, मैं सिर्फ मेरे पापा के अंदर एजुकेशन और सब करके ट्रेनिंग करके मैं आया हूँ। मैं खुद प्राउडली बोलता हूँ कि मैं $1 मिलियन वर्थ ऑफ प्रोबायोटिक्स एंड हेल्थ केयर करता हूँ, जबकि मुझे तो फर्मेंटेशन, मैं तो जाऊँगा अभी, आप भी हंस सकते हैं कि यार क्या बड़ी बड़ी बात कर रहे हैं, इसको तो फर्मेंटेशन ही नहीं आता है। पर भाई काम निकलवाना, एक एंटरप्रेन्योर बनना है तो आपको काम निकलवाना आना चाहिए। That is the most important skill you need as an entrepreneur. That's what I feel. हाँ, there might be various opinions. And दूसरा, दूसरों के सक्सेस स्टोरी दूसरों से आप इंप्लीमेंट करिए, सीखिए, इम्बाइब करिए। अरे भाई पर आखिरी में खुद कुछ जो करने वाले वही करेंगे। आज अंबानी साहब ने या रिलायंस ने $300 बिलियन यूएस में डाल दिया, मतलब वो सोचने कि भाई आपने भी यूएस में जઈને કંઈ કરવું છે। So stop comparing, stop analyzing और keeping yourself from a person's perspective. हाँ, एकेडेमिक्स है, आपको ब्लूप्रिंट मिल रहा है क्या करना चाहिए। मैं तो मानता हूँ ना सर, सच्ची पिनाकिन सर, कि आप लोग जो काम कर रहे हैं ये सर बहुत बड़ा एक क्या बोलते हैं पुण्य का काम है सर। ये सब मेरे लिए तो सब बोगस बातें हैं सर। इंडस्ट्री, एकेडेमिया सब फिट है सर। मैं तो सच्ची बोलूँ, जीवन का जो सारांश है यूनिवर्सिटी में आके, यू लर्न द आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग, द वे ऑफ लिविंग, वे ऑफ टैकलिंग पीपल। दैट इज ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट स्किल। आप इग्नोरेंट रह सकते हैं, इतना नॉलेज होने के बाद है ना आप इग्नोरेंट हो जाते हैं, आप खुद के बबल में रहना चालू करते हैं, and that is also a cause of your failure. So how you would tackle with that? So in short, take small steps, enjoy the process, और भाई इतना भी ज़्यादा serious life को मत लीजिए। Take some time, okay, keep open opportunities and try to connect with good people. That will make more business for you. Even मैंने एक डील की थी बिजनेस की, जहाँ पे मेरा कोई रोल ही नहीं था आप सर। एक अच्छी टेक्नोलॉजी, एक अच्छे डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर, बस किया सर, and I am enjoying my royalty. So that is also a business sir. That doesn't mean कि आपने कुछ भी अचीव नहीं किया है, कुछ बिल्डिंग का प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं बना है, मतलब you are nothing. Try to be a survivor in this world, in the world of science. And साइंटिस्ट लोगों का है ना दीक्षित सर, मे बी आज नहीं या मे बी जो एक्सपीरियंस आपने देखा है, बट मैं प्राउडली कह सकता हूँ ना सर, साइंटिस्ट लोग आज आगे जाके एंटरप्रेन्योर्स बनेंगे। मेरे पिताजी PhD है, मेरी माताजी PhD है, तो मैंने घर में वही सीखा है कि एकेडेमिक्स भी इंडस्ट्री में आके बहुत बड़ा योगदान कर सकते हैं। सो इन द सेम वे आई वुड एनकरेज यू गाइस टू डू द सेम थिंग। आपको जो लगता है पसंद है करिए, दैट इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट, बाकी सब कुछ साइड पे रखिए। सो थैंक यू सो मच।
I'll ask Anish ji. Anish ji, you may give your views on the subject in the.
Thank you, sir. So, I think today's students, they are having a privilege over the other students. Previously, there was no NEP. Today, we have an implemented framework of NEP where you are able to learn the skills. Specialized courses are there, right? And the mentors are also available. You are getting funding for your ideas to develop your prototypes. So, and it is not necessary that each and every one of you should enter or become an entrepreneur. That will do. Some of you may be entering in the industry. Some of you may go to may become an academicians also. Everyone is important in this community. So I think the initiative of our government by bringing NEP and its implementation part, it requires a bit of improvement. ANRF is there, it is providing you funding. Just visit the website, put your ideas and work on them seriously. And as Dikshit sir has already told you, when you work as a scientist or as a researcher, you always try that the science should be affordable. It should be affordable to all the people across the country or across the globe. And in that manner, you will be contributing to the society. So I think this Skilling Biotech organized by Dr. Gaurav sir and supported by GSBTM, it is a wonderful platform where such good ideas have been exchanged between the students and the stakeholders. And sir, I would like to inform you, like I am working in a private university that provides us a bit of flexibility to us. We, in MSc, we are allowing our students to work on their projects, like SSIP grants they are getting. So they are allowed to work on that. We give them the credits for that. And that may lead to some innovative products and like commercialization of science. So thank you Gaurav sir.
Yes, students, I want to add something. You know High Media, right? The business started to make ease of making media only. So they have premix conditions, right? If you make any process easier, whatever existing process you take, if you make that process easier, it will always scale up. One of my students nowadays, he is providing mixture of glucose and NaCl to industry. And he is sending till Thailand. So industry people just resolve it in required consultation and their IV is ready. So if you make anything which is easier for anyone, like Google is making it easier everywhere, right? It is connecting all our devices. So we are dependent on it. Similar way, if you think how I can make this thing easier, the kits are made on the same basic principles. You do not require very hi-fi instruments, you require a small rapid kit. Put a drop, you will have reading. So if you make anything easier, it will have market value. So think in that way.
दीक्षित साहब जब कह रहे हैं दिल्ली से आए हैं, दीक्षित साहब बिल्कुल आप बताइए.
धन्यवाद रिस्पेक्टेड चेयरमैन सर. न मैं चाहता हूं कि मुझे आन से सुना जाए, न मैं चाहता हूं कि मुझे बान से सुना जाए, न मैं चाहता हूं कि मुझे शान से सुना जाए. मैं एक वैज्ञानिक हूं, इसलिए मेरी बातों को जरा ध्यान से सुना जाए. आत्मीय स्वजनों, मेरे पूर्व के वक्तव्य में अगर आपको कहीं भी ये लगा हो कि मैं एंटी साइंस हूं या एंटी साइंटिस्ट हूं, तो मुझे क्षमा करिएगा. मेरी इच्छा केवल इतनी थी, आपके अंदर वो आग पैदा करूं कि एक दिन आपसे ऐसे आविष्कार हों कि दुनिया की बड़ी बड़ी इंडस्ट्रीज आपके दरवाजे खटखटा के आपके घर पे आए कि भैया हमें ज्वाइन कर लो या हमें अपने पास बुला लो. इसलिए मैं आपसे कहता हूं, सर ने बहुत सुंदर बात की. मैं धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं आदरणीय डॉक्टर दवे का और डॉक्टर साहब का. सरल होना सबसे कठिन है, इसलिए जीवन में एजुकेशन को जब भी ध्यान रखना, मैं हमेशा कहता हूं थिंग्स आर सो सटल एंड इंपॉर्टेंट, दे आर अराउंड यू, बट द ट्रबल इज वी आर इग्नोरेंट एंड वी आर मिसिंग इट. लाइक वी आर ब्रीदिंग, मिसिंग डाइजेशन, मिसिंग. भोजन दिखता है, पाचन दिखाई नहीं देता, हवा नहीं दिखाई देती, जड़ नहीं दिखाई देती. जीवन में जो भी कुछ महत्वपूर्ण है दिखाई नहीं देता. ऑब्जर्वेशन और एब्जॉर्प्शन करने की अगर क्षमता होगी तो जीवन में बड़े बड़े आविष्कार अभी आपके ही हाथ से होंगे. बस इतना जरूर ध्यान रखना कि पहले मन में सोचना सरल चीज, हर बड़ी चीज के पीछे बहुत सरल, कॉम्प्लेक्स नॉलेज, सिंपल सॉल्यूशन। इसलिए इस चीज को सदैव याद रखना कि कैसे अपना जड़ें अपनी गहरी रखना और एक विल पावर रखना कि मैं दुनिया में, एक डॉक्टर एक समय में एक ही मरीज को देख सकता है, एक सर्जन एक बार में एक ही को ऑपरेट कर सकता है। मैं एक वैज्ञानिक हूं, मेरी एक किट यहां से लेके पूरे ब्रह्मांड में कहीं भी काम कर सकती है। आपके पास ये हथियार है। आपका एक थॉट, आपका एक विचार, याद रखना, जरूरी नहीं कि जब मैं आपसे कहूं कि आपको कोई आविष्कार करना है तो रिजिड फिक्स्ड माइंडसेट में मत सोचना कि मुझे कोई प्रोटोटाइप लेके आना है, मुझे कोई पिपेट में लेके आना है, मुझे कोई ट्रांसजेनिक माइस में ना। याद रखना, जिस धरती के आप लोग हैं वहां व्हाइट रेवोल्यूशन हुआ है कुरियन साहब का, इसी धरती पर ग्रीन रेवोल्यूशन हुआ है डॉक्टर डॉक्टर स्वामीनाथन सर का। 2 सस्टेनेबल रेवोल्यूशन हुए हैं। और याद रखिए, कभी भी जीवन में आपको लगे हाउ टू इनोवेट, बड़े विचार कैसे करें, बड़ा इन्वेंशन कैसे करें, एक इन्वेंशन को सदैव याद रखना। 2 इन्वेंशन, पहला एजुकेशन का, कौन सा? ब्लैक बोर्ड। ब्लैक बोर्ड जिस पे कुछ अपोजिट रंग से लिखा जाए तो सब लोग पढ़ सकते हैं, दिखने में छोटा है, बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट है। दूसरी बात, ग्वाइटर, घेंगा, हाइपरथायराइडिज्म, ग्रेव्स डिजीज सबने देखी होगी, गला बढ़ जाता था, गायब हो गया। कैसे गायब हुआ? केवल एक आदमी के छोटे से दिमाग से इतना पता कर लिया कि अगर आयोडीन मिल जाए सबको तो ये ग्वाइटर खत्म हो जाएगा। अब देखना, साइंटिफिक टेम्परामेंट डॉक्टर स्वामीनाथन का, उन्होंने कहा आयोडीन पूरे भारत को खिलाएं कैसे। कोई कॉबलर है, कोई किंग है, किसी के पास पैसा है, किसी के पास नहीं है, क्या युक्ति लगाएं कि सारे लोग आयोडीन खा लें। देखिए उस आदमी ने क्या, न कोई यंत्र बनाया, न कोई मंत्र बनाया, उसने कहा एक चीज है जो अमीर और गरीब सब खाते हैं, उसका नाम है नमक। नमक में आयोडीन मिलाई और ग्वाइटर गायब। अमिताभ बच्चन को 10 साल लगे कहने में कि 2 बूंद जिंदगी की, तब जाके पोलियो खत्म हुआ। लेकिन कितना सिंपल थॉट था, एटेन्यूएटेड वायरस था, 2 बूंद जिंदगी की, काम खत्म हो गया। बहुत सारी चीजें आज इरेडिकेट हो चुकी हैं, क्या? सिंपल थॉट। कोविड के समय मुझे तकलीफ इस बात की थी, माइक्रोबायोलॉजिस्ट, वायरोलॉजिस्ट जिन्होंने वैक्सीन बनाई वो टेलीविजन पे नहीं आए। दिल का डॉक्टर, हड्डी का डॉक्टर टीवी पे आता था, बताता था कोरोना से कैसे लड़ना है। असली हीरो तो ये लोग हैं, असली हीरो तो आप लोग हैं। मेरी इच्छा ये है, मेरी इच्छा केवल ये है, साइंटिस्ट आर ग्रेट पीपल बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली दे आर पुअर कम्युनिकेटर। कृपया अपने आप को आइए बताइए कि आप कितने इंपॉर्टेंट हैं, आप कितने अर्जेंट हैं। सारी अच्छी अच्छी बातें कही गई, मुझे यहाँ बोलने का मौका मिला। और सोसाइटी से कनेक्ट रखिए। डॉक्टर साहब आपने पूछा कनेक्ट कैसे है, कनेक्ट यही है, नए बच्चों से पूछो दूध कहाँ से आता है तो बोलते हैं दूध मदर डेयरी से आता है, क्योंकि उनको गौशाला का पता नहीं, गाय देखते नहीं। पानी कहाँ से आता है तो बोलेंगे बिस्लेरी से आता है, क्यों? नल का पता नहीं, नदी का पता नहीं। इसलिए अपनी संस्कृति, अपनी सभ्यता, इफ यू डू नॉट नो फ्रॉम वेयर यू आर कमिंग, हाउ यू कैन इंश्योर वेयर यू हैव टू गो। इसलिए 10 सेकंड में अपनी बात खत्म करता हूं। 10 सेकंड में, भारत अकेला ऐसा देश है, वेस्ट आपको ये तो बता सकता है काम कैसे करना है, व्हाट आर द गाइडलाइंस, व्हाट आर द SOP। भारत पहला ऐसा देश है जो बताता है काम क्यों करना है। पहले ये तो जान लो, उसके बाद फिर काम करो। काम की दिशा कहां होने वाली है ये तो जानो। इसलिए खेल में घुसने से पहले खेल के नियम जान लो। विज्ञान में आए हो, विज्ञान के नियम जानना, लोगों की जरूरतें जानना। दीन देखत सबही को, दीन को न देखत कोय, जो देखे दीन को दीन बंधु तय होए। आप दीन बंधु बनिए। और इतनी अच्छी अच्छी बातें सारे लोगों ने कही हैं। युवाओं से मैं इतना ही कहना चाहता हूं, है अगर तुम में हिम्मत तो अपना मुकद्दर बदल डालो, है अगर तुम में हिम्मत तो अपना मुकद्दर बदल डालो, वरना जहां मां बाप कहे वहां शादी कर डालो।
Now, we have heard, all the speakers. और कितना झूठ बोल रहे हैं डॉक्टर दीक्षित. वो कह रहे हैं कि जो साइंटिस्ट है वो अच्छा कम्युनिकेटर हो ही नहीं सकता. कितनी गलत बात कही. ऐसा नहीं ना
होने और चाहिए.
हाँ, चलो ठीक है. अभी नाउ वी इनवाइट सम मोर क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम द स्टूडेंट्स, क्योंकि ये इतना एनर्जेटिक डिस्कशंस हुआ, कई बातें आपके सामने रखी गई. तो आपके मन में कोई और प्रश्न हो तो हम 3-4 प्रश्न ले सकते हैं.
Sir, before that, I would like to ask some question to our students. I want to know from our young audience, how many of you wants to be scientist? And when you got the thought of being the scientist, ક્યારે તમને લાગ્યું કે મારે સાયન્ટિસ્ટ બનવું જોઈએ? કોલેજમાં આવ્યા પછી, કોલેજ પહેલાં, કે લાસ્ટ યરમાં છો તો ઇન્ટર્નશિપ કોઈ કરી હોય ત્યાર પછી? So, other side of this panelist, you are quite successful that you have at least sparked the innovation or research in students that some of you wants to be scientist. This particular program, Skilling Biotech, is basically based on skills. Now scientist is like, આપણે પેનિસિલિનની વાત કરીએ તો પેટ્રી ડીશ ફેંકી દીધેલી કે રજા પડી ગઈ ને અંદર તો ફૂગ લાગી ગઈ. પછી યાદ આવ્યું કે ડસ્ટબિનમાંથી કાઢી કે ભાઈ અહીંયા તો કંઈક ઝોન ઓફ ઇનિબિશન જોવામાં આવ્યો. રાઈટ. સો સાયન્ટિસ્ટ ઓબ્ઝર્વેશનથી બનાય, જેમ વન ઓફ ધ પેનલિસ્ટે કહ્યું હતું. છોકરાઓ, હું ખાલી એટલું જ કહીશ, મારી પોતાની લાઈફમાં જે હું અનુભવ કર્યો છે, મેં જોબ કરી પ્રાઇવેટ સેક્ટરમાં, ગવર્મેન્ટ સેક્ટરમાં, ત્યાર પછી સર્વિસ, NGO અને એક LLP. All through my this career, I have understood only one thing, that if you have skill, it works. Second thing, if you have a will, જે પહેલાં પણ મેં કહ્યું, it definitely works. અને જેમ સરે કહ્યું, if you have a capability to take risk, then you are successful. So you people are so lucky that government is taking care of you. From 2 lakh rupees in your own institute, that is your SSIP grant, in private, government, grantinet, all the colleges, SSIP policy is working. You just come down to your teachers with some idea, a very small idea, and you will get money to work on. iHub is there to give you 5 crores of rupees. And BIREC is ready to give you 50 crores of rupees.
Meghna, we will take some questions.
Yes,
We
yes,
are running
yes.
out of time.
Yeah, sure. So,
yeah, please.
Thank you.
Thank you, Meghna. Now, like students, yeah, please, the young lady at the back.
જેવું દવે સરે કહ્યું કે સસ્ટેનેબિલિટી બહુ જરૂરી છે કોઈ પણ વસ્તુ માટે. તો મેં PhD કર્યું ત્યારે અમે હાઈ મીડિયાથી સ્ટાર્ટ કર્યું હતું PhDના. પછી મારા ગાઈડે એવું કહ્યું કે સપોઝ હાઈ મીડિયા તમે યુઝ જ ન કરો તો બીજો અધર ઓલ્ટરનેટિવ ઓપ્શન શું છે જે ચીપ રેટમાં પડે કાં તો ફ્રી ઓફ કોસ્ટ પડે. મારો સબ્જેક્ટ જ એ છે સસ્ટેનેબલ, કે તમે સસ્ટેનેબલ વસ્તુનો યુઝ કરીને એફ્લુએન્ટને કેવી રીતના તમે ડિગ્રેડ કરો. તો મારા ગાઈડે કહ્યું કે સપોઝ કે માની લો કે હાઈ મીડિયા છે જ નહીં આપણી પાસે, એક પણ પ્રોડક્ટ હાઈ મીડિયાની છે જ નહીં, તો હાઉ ટુ પરફોર્મ યોર પ્રેક્ટિકલ, તું પરફોર્મ કેવી રીતના કરીશ તારો પ્રેક્ટિકલ. પછી એ વિચારતા 2 મહિના વિચાર્યો કે હાઈ મીડિયાના ઓલ્ટરનેટિવ અમે કયો એવું મીડિયા છે જે યુઝ કરી શકીએ છીએ ચીપ રેટમાં એઝ વેલ એઝ લો ઓફ કોસ્ટ અને ફ્રી ઓફ કોસ્ટ. તો વી આર મૂવ ટુ ફ્રી ઓફ કોસ્ટ. જે શાકભાજી છે, જે વેજીટેબલ માર્કેટમાં શાકભાજી થોડાક બગડેલા હોય ને ફેંકી દે છે, વી આર કલેક્ટ ધેમ. એને અમે કલેક્ટ કર્યું અને ડ્રાય કરીને એનામાંથી અમે મીડિયા પ્રિપરેશન કર્યું અને સક્સેસફુલી અમે એ મીડિયા ઉપર પ્રેક્ટિકલ પરફોર્મ કરીને મેં મારું પીએચડી એની અંદર પતાવ્યું ફ્રી ઓફ કોસ્ટમાં. અને મને શોધની સ્કોલરશિપ પણ મળી હતી અને આઈ એમ પ્રાઉડ ઓફ પીપી સવાણી યુનિવર્સિટી. મારા પ્રિન્સિપલ સર અહીંયા બેઠા છે. આઈ એમ વેરી પ્રાઉડ ઓફ માય યુનિવર્સિટી, માય પ્રિન્સિપલ એન્ડ માય ગાઈડ.
થેન્ક યુ. આપણે છે ને ક્વેશ્ચન્સ ઇફ યુ હેવ એની વન યુ નો લાઈક this new students, yeah, the lady, yeah.
Hello sir, everyone is talking about industry ready students, but what about research ready students? How students are advised that they are capable to do research or not? How student can find that he has to go in research line or in industrial line?
Okay, next, yeah.
सर
पैनलिस्ट यू शुड बी रेडी विद आंसर्स. या
सर, ऐसा हो सकता है क्या कि मतलब फर्स्ट ईयर के स्टूडेंट को ही मतलब इंडस्ट्री एक्सपोजर मिलना चालू हो जाए फर्स्ट ईयर के स्टूडेंट से ही?
ओके,
क्योंकि उससे बेनिफिट होगा कि मतलब एक्सपोजर भी उनको मिल जाएगा, न्यू प्रॉब्लम भी मिल जाएगी, तो उसका
फाइन. या वी गॉट योर सजेशंस. एनीवन एल्स, एनी अदर क्वेश्चंस? या द लास्ट बैक बेंचर. You should be ready with the answers, huh?
Sir, as an undergraduate student, which technical skills are basically important to be industry ready?
Okay. Any else? Anyone else? Yeah, the lady here.
सर आपने बात की कि इंडस्ट्री में जो स्किल्स है उसके बारे में हम सिखाते भी हैं और एनईपी जो भी है वो डेवलप इम्प्लीमेंट भी किया है, लेकिन एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप के बारे में क्या? मैंने सेम 1 में सर से बात की थी कि मुझे एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप में इंटरेस्टिंग है उसमें, तो उसके बारे में कुछ गाइडेंस या फिर कुछ हो तो.
Okay, fine, yeah. Anyone else? Okay, so yeah, you last one.
આપણે જ્યારે નવા કોલેજમાં આવી તો એથી પહેલેથી જ આપણે બધું જાહેર કેમ નથી કરી દેતા કે તમારો આ જે ફિલ્ડમાં તમે આવ્યા છો તો સચેસ તમારે અહીંયા જ જવા મળશે ને આ ટ્રેનિંગ તમે અત્યારથી જ તે શરૂ કરી દેવાની, જેથી કરીને સ્કિલિંગ પ્રેક્ટિકલ નોલેજ આવે આપણે. અને થિયરિટિકલ નોલેજ કેમ વધારે ભણાવે 2 વર્ષમાં? 3rd યરમાં તો બધું કરાવે, પણ પહેલાં જે 2 વર્ષમાં છે થિયરિટિકલ નોલેજ વધારે રાખે, જેથી કરીને થિયરિટિકલ નોલેજ જ આવે, પ્રેક્ટિકલ નોલેજ બહુ ઓછું આવે. એમ તો પ્રેક્ટિકલનો ડોઝ વધારે રાખ્યો ને થિયરી કરતા એમ.
Okay, fine.
કહેવાનું એમ.
So we have like various questions and I'll ask 2 gentlemen, a representative from academia and representative from industry to answer these questions. So firstly I'll ask Dr. Kothari to respond to these queries.
I think you all are well versed with Gujarati. અવાડામાં ક્યારે આપણે કહેવત છે ને, અવેડામાં ક્યારે આવે? કૂવામાં હોય તો ને. We are talking about student, industry ready student. We never talk about industry ready professor and teachers. Because if your teachers, I have my own experience when I was doing postdoc in United States, Rutger University, 3 to 4 professors, they were doing research, they were innovating and they were partner in industry. Their students were owner of their industry. Fine. So that combo, even recently ST 2025 conference which was inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister, one scientist from Japan came with a giant industry man and the owner of that industry was his student and professor was his partner. So, unless and until teachers learn something new, don't think the teacher is always Sampurna. No. Many things, even I am learning from my student, and that openness should be there. PhD गाइड को सोचना पड़ेगा, उनको एक्सेप्ट करना पड़ेगा कि कुछ डोमेन में बच्चे हमसे ज़्यादा जानते हैं. Right. So, unless and until teachers get ready for industry, for any sort of task, we cannot blame student. Fine. So, product बनाने के लिए पहले अपनी क्वालिटी थोड़ी इंप्रूव करनी पड़ेगी. Thank you.
Dr. Joshi, yeah.
Yeah. See, we discussed a lot today about the entrepreneurships. Fundamentally, entrepreneurships and the science is not correlated to each other. Science is a technical knowledge, you gain it, and either you become an entrepreneur or you go to an entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is an inbuilt capacity by birth that can be shaped out further. As few of the people say that they wanted to become a scientist. Does not mean that everybody can be scientist. By birth there is some nature and you have to identify what is your liking subject. Like your liking subject is research, then you should concentrate on research. Your liking subject is to take an entrepreneurship. Some of the doctors suggested that the last benchers are more dynamic. Yes, the leadership and the education, both are a different subject. So, you have to identify yourself whether are you capable to become a successful leader. That is much more important to become an enterprise rather than the technical knowledge you have. Now we were talking about the academia, research and the industries. That is the fundamental subject today. The fundamental subject is how this research can be utilized in industries. That is more important. I'll give you a small example of United States. Someone has already mentioned also that how do we select the subject of academia. That is more important. If the subject which we select, which is necessary for the industry, then the research can be utilized into a creation or the build-up of this country. But if the subject is selected for publishing the paper and that paper goes to a journal and it goes in the library, then that research does not carry any much of the values. So the important is to collaborate with the industries and find out the subject, that which are the subject required for this country to go with the academia. And there is some scheme also that the industry has a CSR fund now, that CSR fund are utilized in a research. Like if you go to IIT, there are few professors available by using the CSR fund to find out the new technology for the company. There are a lot of startups. If you have a dynamic idea, new idea, as a student, there are a lot of startups and finance are available. There are a lot of patents which idea can be registered free of cost with the government help. So the people have to identify, or the student has to first of all identify what is his first interest and what is his first capacity. If that capacity is identified, then you select your path of the growth. So the fundamental is how the research can be utilized to build up this country is we have to go to the industries and find out what is the need of the industries. That is much more important. Thank you.
So nice. Thank you very much. We have, as you know, 14 panelists and they spoke fantastic. So on behalf of university, on behalf of GSBTM, we thank, like all the panelists for sparing their valuable times and giving your insight to our students. Thank you very much for putting up a wonderful show. Last year, as we know, we had SBT 1.0. This year, Gaurav Bhai said that this March, it's going to be SBT 2.0. So we obviously, we'll await. And next March, we do not know how and what he'll bring in SBT 3.0. That's very, very important. But, like the responsibility, the onus lies on him because he has heard from everyone. He knows the aspirations of the students. That is very, very evident today. In today's discussions, what emerged well is the aspirations of the students. It is fantastic and it is very, very uncommon. We shared, the industrialists and academia, they also shared that what are the challenges in front of them. So Gaurav Bhai and his team, they have a lot to do, a lot of homework, is required to be done. And yes, it is going to be a collaborative approach. So we have experts from various universities. They will also take a lot of things, from today's discussions. So once again, thank you. But before we leave, we have 14 panelists. So at least for 14 seconds, we must applaud them, Yeah. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, all the panelists and all the students. Thank you very much. Gaurav Bhai, if you have to say anything.
Fine, sir. I hope we learn many things together and we will keep up this particular pace. And yes, Skill Biotech 3.0 will be AI and computer science, biological engineering. Thank you.
So, and now after this amazing panel discussion and the words of wisdom shared by each panelist, that was amazing. So yes, they deserve a huge roar of applause once again for all the insights, knowledge they have imparted us for this wonderful day. And now moving ahead, of course, there has to be a felicitation. So wherein now I request one after one our organizing committee whom to felicitate. So let's begin with the felicitation thing, wherein for panel 1, to Dr. Ramesh Kothari ji, I would request Dr. Rekha Garvi to please come forward and do the honors. Let's hear a huge round of applause, please. The next to Dr. Jay Bargi by Dr. Mayuri Rathore. Applause, please. Moving ahead to Dr. Mehul Dave by Dr. Preeti Sharma. Next felicitation is to Dr. Pinakin Dandukia by Dr. Anjali Soni. Next, we would like to honor Dr. Vijay Kumar by Dr. Chirag Prajapati. Next to be honored to Dr. Meonis Pitawala by Mihir Sarang. Next, moving forward to Dr. Anish Kumar Sharma by Dr. Nikunj Tandel. Now taking it ahead with the second panelist altogether, we would like to start the felicitation of Dr. D.K. Joshi by Dr. Ambika Arkatkar. Next, we would like to honor Mr. Kapil Shah by Mr. Milan Patel. Moving ahead, we would like to felicitate Dr. Jyotirmoy Aij by Mr. Saddam Musani. We would like to felicitate to Dr. Vivek Dikshit by Ms. Upeksha Patel. Next, we would like to felicitate to Dr. Jigar Rana by Ms. Mehal Patel. Now we would like to felicitate to Dr. Meghna Adarview by Ms. Mansi Baku. And to our last and foremost panelist, to Shri Mayank Sharma by Ms. Chanda Upadhyay. There also lies the felicitation of two important personalities who really took a great effort to make this day wonderful for all of us. And it's time to felicitate to Dr. Ambika Arkatkar by Shri Kamlesh Yagnik. Please, Dr. Ambika, come on the front. Kamlesh sir, please be there as you are also about to felicitate Dr. Nikunj Tandel. After this wonderful felicitation, I would like to make an announcement that certificates will be distributed outside the auditorium. Please do collect it. And now, for... Who will do? All right, we would also like to felicitate Kamlesh sir. Please, sir, come in front. And Gaurav sir, we would insist you to do that. Let's hear a great round of applause. Gaurav sir, I won't allow you to sit. Gaurav sir, I won't allow you to sit now, as you are the one who has to take the podium for the closure and ceremonial concluding of this entire day. No, sir, please, do shabd.
I am highly obliged and I thank so much. Thank you so much for the patience. Mehul sir, ક્લાસના રેગ્યુલર લેક્ચરમાં આટલી શાંતિ નથી હોતી. અને તમે અને બધાએ જે ભેગા મળીને મહેફિલ જમાઈને આ લોકોને ફોનમાંથી જોતા અટકાયા. મેં કેમેરામાં ચેક કર્યું, ફોન બહુ જ ઓછા જોતા હતા. સો આઈ થિંક બહુ સરસ સજેશન્સ આ સાઈડથી આવ્યું છે, આ સાઈડથી બી આવ્યું છે. વોટ વી વિલ બી ડુઈંગ ઇઝ કે અમે એક પોતાનો એક ગ્રુપ કનેક્ટેડ બનાવી દઈશું એન્ડ વિલ વર્ક ફોર યુ. ધીસ ઇઝ ફોર સ્ટેટ ઓફ ગુજરાત, ધીસ ઇઝ ફોર ભારત. થેન્ક યુ સો મચ.
So, ladies and gentlemen, can we have a standing ovation for this entire panelists, those who have really gave a great insight to all of us. And with this, we conclude this wonderful day that has been curated by SBT 2.8 in association with Gujarat State Biotechnology Mission. Thank you each one of you for making your presence, showing your enthusiasm and participating in this wonderful day. This is your host and the Sutradar Ridhima Majumdar signing off for the day. Have a wonderful day, keep smiling and keep shining. Thanks a lot. Dear students, once again announcing this is for all of you. Please do not forget to collect your certificates from the outside of the auditorium. Making a humble request to kindly collect your certificates